Look, before we get into the content, it's really important that you guys hit that subscribe button. We're out here every single day working for y'all, trying to hit y'all with the best content. And what motivates us to keep going is people like you. So hit the subscribe button, join the conversation, join the Deuce Gang.
What he said.
How do you feel like looking, being a Bobby Shmurda fan?
Who's a Bobby Shmurda fan?
You
Me?
you love Bobby Shmurda. He's the real, remember?
Do you really feel like you could just make up stuff as you go along and it's just gonna stick? When did I say I was a Bobby Shmurda fan? When
Do I
did
need
ever
to
say?
don't viewing public right there? You really are somewhat like Joe Budden. Your memory is horrible, even with things that come out of your mouth. Bobby Shmurda is gonna take over the game, comparing him to Tekashi 6ix9ine. The real is back. Viewing public, seriously.
Yeah. Yo, could you link that video in my mind as well? Because it's gone.
Right there.
That's
So Bobby Shmurda explains why he hasn't dropped new music. He says, and I quote, "I'm busy running around needing some time to breathe. They had me locked up in the pens doing 23." End quote. New quote. Honestly, it's mixed emotions. Some day it's work, and some days it's like, yo, I'm home. You can't believe you're home. I done came home before, but this time it was like I'm home. You know what I'm saying? I'm home. When you come home, you got to see everything and what's what. What's this? What's that? That's what's really been going on. I'm trying to see what this is and what's that is before just making a move, because being in jail just made me smarter. I used to move a lot off of impulse. End quote. Bobby Shmurda's been home for 6 months.
That's a long ass
Where's the music?
explanation.
Where's the music? I'm asking you.
Why are you asking me for? Once again, you're asking me questions that I do not have the answers for. Like, do I look like Bobby Shmurda? You keep asking me like I'm these people. I'm not. Not.
You told me that when he came out, he's going to be dominating.
I listen. Once again, you need to link this video in my mind. Did I say he was going to dominate?
You did.
I said he was going to dominate the game.
We had a conversation about Tekashi 6ix9ine and
right.
a conversation about Bobby Shmurda, and my conversation was leaning more towards Tekashi, and your conversation was leaning more towards Bobby Shmurda, and you were saying the real's back, because I was telling you how shit Bobby Shmurda is, how garbage his music is, and you were like, no, his music's real, and you don't listen to lyrics. I'm like, all right, well, when the music comes out, we'll talk about that. There's still no music. Everybody's like, where's the music? And this guy is just still amazed that he's home here, home. Everything in his statement is home. Where's the music, homie? Where's the music?
Homes on homes. I heard what he said. And Bobby, I would like to believe you. I believe Deuce Gang. We would all like to believe what you're saying. But unfortunately, it doesn't take that long to make one song. I mean, everybody had their first day out track. I don't know where your first day out track is. I'm pretty sure you made one. The thing is, like, if you don't want us to, Bobby, if you don't want us to know or don't want us to feel like new music is coming, here's an idea. Don't put up videos of you making new music.
There's that.
Just, if you're out there living your life, that's fine. Go out there, live your life. You need time to breathe. You've been gone a minute. You've been locked down for, 23 hours a day. Okay, cool. Do your thing. Have your fun. But don't go out there and expect people not to be mad when you're posting yourself in the studio doing the Shmurda dances, you know what I'm saying? And your gang is around you and songs that we've never heard are playing in the background. You can't set people up. You know what I'm saying, Bobby?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I agree with what you're saying. You're home. Take your time to acclimate yourself. But at the same time, your steam. Eminem said it best. You got to lose yourself in the moment. Once you have it, you have it. Once the audience doesn't care anymore, it's really hard to get them to care again. Much more talented, greater artists have lost their moment and were not able to reclaim it. So Bobby Shmurda, your moment was when you came home. I'm not trying to say you should have went straight to the booth, but you had that moment when all eyes and ears were on you. You could have capitalized on that. You didn't. So the interest is going to go lower and lower and lower. And by the way, as the interest gets lower, the expectations get higher for when you eventually do release something. It's got to be mind-blowing. It's got to be the best thing that you've ever done. It's got to be Michael Jackson Thriller. Of course not, but you get what I'm saying. He also
Yeah.
alluded to the fact that his label Epic has been dragging their feet. Nobody believes that, Bobby. Nobody believes that. What we
It's just
believe,
one song. We're not looking for a whole album, Bobby. Just drop something.
and what we believe is you're feeling the pressure and you don't think you can live up to it. At least that's what I think. Because the reason why I wanted to talk about this, because like I said, I'm not a fan of Bobby Schmurder. I just wanted to bring this up so I could rub it in your face. And also, I just want a new song to come out because I know it's going to be bad. So I can tell you how bad it is. Also, I know it's not going to perform well. And so I can tell you how horrible it performed. These are not things I am wishing.
No, it doesn't. It
I'm
definitely.
not
No, you know
wishing.
what? It definitely doesn't sound like you're wishing for them at all.
I'm
No,
not.
no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
And I know it does. That's why I'm clarifying it. These are not
Yeah.
things that I am wishing on Bobby
Yeah.
Schmurder. But what I'm
No.
saying is common sense. Common sense says when you have the moment, you seize it. He is not seizing the moment. The interest is depleting. The expectations are increasing. That's all I'm saying. His next song, his first song, when he puts it out, may do amazing. It may even chart. But guess what? It ain't gonna chart for a long time. It'll choop, and then choop, because the people are gonna check for the song because new Bobby, they're gonna check for. So that'll put it on the chart. Will it stay on the chart? I don't think so, because the expectations for that record are gonna be so high. People are gonna be like, this song is shit. So it's gonna fall off the chart.
Well, I mean, a lot of artists are still messing. A lot of artists are still messing with them. They you know what I mean? They respect them. They put them in their things or whatever. So as long as listen, that's the game that this music biz is. You know what I mean? As long as other artists still mess with you, then you're good. That's how it works. That's why certain artists just disappear out of nowhere, and then other artists manage to have that longevity, even though they're not really doing anything. French Montana. So that's he's still in the game.
All right.
I just think that as long as listen, I said that he's putting in the studio and that's teasing people, but listen, he's making music. So maybe he's just, accumulating some type of music and waiting for the right thing. You know what I'm saying? The right moment. Either way, it's only one song, Bobby. It's only one song. Just want one.
Viewing public, what are your thoughts on this? Are you excited for the Bobby Schmurder record, or are you like me and you just don't care? Not because you're not a fan of his music, but because when he came out, you're like, yes, music is coming. Month go by. Music, another month. Where's it? And now you just don't care anymore. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Deuces. Look,
hey.
I am thinking that Bobby Schmurda, I mean, I know they probably weren't in the same state, but what I think, if Bobby Schmurda really wants to pop and really wants to make some noise, he should link up with the Juice. He should link up with OJ. Like, remember when 21 Savage did that album and he got Morgan Freeman to narrate his album? Morgan Freeman had like a little intro on there where he was talking about rats. He should get the Juice to do some shit on his project because the Juice is making headlines. The Juice, OJ, he doesn't feel safe in LA.
Well, how do you feel about LA? First of all, how do you feel about LA?
Los Angeles, I don't like America, so
no, come on. It can't be all of America. Come on.
I don't like America.
You can't dislike Omaha and Pennsylvania, places that have never done anything.
So basically, the good thing about LA is they make a lot of my favorite entertainment. They make a lot of my favorite music. They, a lot of my favorite movies come from that state. Yeah.
Well, me personally, honestly, if I always said, like, if I get like a nice bag of checks. Wow. What am I talking about? If I get a nice bag.
What's wrong with that?
A bag of, I mean, as long as, okay, nice bag of checks. Okay, good. As long as I get that.
There's no mistake there.
I always wanted to move somewhere warm. I love Canada. I do. I love it here. I hate winter. And the two choices that I've always had were the two places that you probably despise the most, Florida and Los Angeles. I personally would love to live in Los Angeles. I feel like a lot of opportunities are out there in Los Angeles. But I mean, as you said, OJ Simpson, for his reasons, doesn't really feel the same. What are his reasons?
I quote, I have trouble with LA, OJ said in an article. People may think it's self-serving, but OJ says, I might be sitting next to whoever did it. I really don't know who did this, end quote, new quote. I figured eventually somebody would confess to something, End quote, new quote. I had one suspect. I told my lawyers to look at it. I still think he might be involved, but I can't talk about it. End quote, new quote. How many Americans, even today, wouldn't like to live my life? Simpson said. I don't work. I play golf for 4 or 5 hours a week, excuse me, a day. No, 4 or 5 hours. Oh, excuse me. No, even more. 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm reading along. I'm just like, oh yeah, no. Don't miss
Yeah,
that one. No,
yeah.
7 days in a week. 7 days in a week.
That's a lot of golf. I go out to dinner a couple times a night with friends. People want to buy me drinks. I'm always taking pictures with people. Ladies hug me. This by the way, after he served 9 years in jail for armed robbery and kidnapping felonies. So the Juice, who I really think should work with 21, excuse me, with Bobby Shmurda, he is living his best life, but at the same time, he doesn't feel safe in LA because he feels like the real killer is out there. RIP, Nicole and Ron.
OJ had a great football career, you know what I mean? And you know what they say about football players, they endure a lot of damage, brain damage from all the hits, you know what I mean? And sometimes they tend to forget certain things. The things may go askew. I think OJ forgot to realize that when you do something and you get off of whatever it is you do, people say that you don't have responsibility. It's a really big thing. Your best bet is to just let that lie. Let sleeping dogs lie. Leave it alone. Never mention it again. Let people think about it. This is a man who was accused of murdering multiple people, ended up getting a not guilty verdict. Did he choose to leave it alone? No. He wrote books, he did interviews, he's done commercials where he makes jokes about it, and now he comes out with this article. If I am the family of Nicole Simpson or Ron Goldman at this point, I'm like, wow, could you throw any more salt into the wounds? Like, even let's give OJ the benefit of the doubt. Let's drink the juice and say he didn't do it. Even if you didn't do it, you continuously bringing it up and mentioning it shows how much you really don't give a flying about the victims here. One of them supposedly the wife that you loved. So, OJ, you letting us know how great your life is and how many times you golf is probably not the way to go. If you want to know where the murderer is, he's everywhere you are. Everywhere you are is where the murderer is. So,
Well, I mean, listen, OJ's
allegedly,
allegedly.
my thinking.
Well, OJ's an asshole, but you also have to think about this. When Donald Trump says the things that he says, he makes fun of people's race and so on and so forth. What do they say? They say he's just defending himself. So maybe that's what OJ's doing. They drug his name through the mud. He got an innocent verdict. They said he was innocent by a jury of his peers, and they still drug his name through the mud. Whether or not he did it, he was proven innocent, and they're still dragging his name through the mud. So maybe, like Trump, he's just defending himself. That's all I'm saying. Viewing public.
Before we go to the viewing public, don't forget that he said, I had one suspect I told my lawyers to look at. I think he might still be involved, but I can't talk about it. Why not? If you think somebody else might be involved, why can't you talk about it? You're talking about everything else. That's all I'm saying. Like he's saying things to continuously bait himself out and then trying to drag it back in. You know what I'm saying, OJ? Juice man.
I feel like you've drunk the juice. Viewing public, have you drunk the juice? I still don't think he did it. Furthermore, you know what? I'll stay away from that. I still don't think he did it. They have a legal system for a reason. What are your thoughts? Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, I'm surprised that O.J. Simpson has never worked with Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino, he works with the greats. A lot of the times he actually works with actors repeatedly over and over and over again, which I think is genius because this way the actors that he works with, they get to kind of stretch and flex their acting role by doing different characters. I think O.J. would have been dope even in like what's a good movie? No. I think it would have been good. I think he would have been good in Pulp Fiction. So Pulp Fiction had a role. Ving Rhames had a role in Pulp Fiction where he was like the boss, and he got with the gimp, and Ving Rhames got it in the Come on, people. I think O.J. Simpson could have done that role very, very well. But Quentin,
He's been in movies before. He's done acting
of
before, right?
course, of
But I think all the roles that he
course.
did were like in comedy. I forget
He was
what
in
that
Ace
movie
Ventura.
was.
He was in Ace. No, not Ace Ventura. Excuse me.
It was some comedy
He
thing
was
though.
in. He was in National Lampoons. He was in National
It's
Lampoons.
one of those type of movies for sure. The comedy
Yeah,
movies. Yeah,
yeah.
he could definitely do it. I don't know if he could be in Quentin Tarantino's movies, but one thing that's good is if he was in a Quentin Tarantino movie, he would be getting paid.
Well, that's the
That's
thing.
yeah, right.
Quentin is saying, "This is. I'm sorry.
This must hurt your heart because you're a honor thy mother and thy father.
My white brothers and sisters, you know I love you guys, but this is some real white boy shit. Quentin Tarantino reveals that he has vowed to never give his mom a penny of his film directing fortune. So this was a vow he made when he was a child, a personal pledge, as it were. So he recalled an experience in which his mother sided with his teachers when he was scolded for writing screenplays in school when he was just 12. After getting in trouble, he says that his mom, quote, was bitching at me about that. And then in the middle of her little tirade, she said, "Oh, and by the way, this little writing career," with the finger quotes and everything, "this little writing career that you're doing, this shit is over." And then he said, when she said that to me in that sarcastic way, I go,
I can't believe
okay.
she growled. I can't believe she growled too when she said over. That's so wrong.
She did. And then his response was, "Okay, lady, when I become a successful writer, you will never see one penny from my success. There will be no house for you. There will be no vacation, no Elvis Cadillac for you, mommy.
Nope.
You get nothing because
no soup.
Said that. Nothing. No soup for you.
No soup for you."
Now, when he was asked, "Hey, did you stick to that?" He did say, "Yeah, I helped her out when she was in a jam with the IRS, but there was no houses and no Cadillacs, period." So he actually left his mom out. She got shit. Listen, let me say something to you. I recall a moment when I used to go to the studio on a regular basis, and my mom was like, "Why are you always going to the studio?" Da, 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 da. None of my friends who were going to the studio, I've never seen any of their moms react that way. I'm sure they did, but I didn't see it. So I said, "Mommy, you know what? This is ridiculous. All my friends' parents support them. You're the only one who doesn't do it." I actually said this. I'm surprised I'm still breathing. I said this to her. and I never threatened her that I wouldn't give her anything if I made it, but I just said, "You're the only one who doesn't do it." And ever since then to this day, I am 37. My mom still asks if I make music.
Right.
So I guess the point that I'm trying to make is this is some white boy shit. What the hell are you talking about?
I disagree.
She gave you life. She birthed you. She fed you. She clothed you. That teacher that you're talking about that got you in trouble for writing, how you think you got to that school? Who do you think put you in that school? Who do you think put food in your tum-tum, put clothes on your back for you to go to that school? Your mom. What are we talking about here?
It's definitely not white boy shit. This is not white boy shit. This is just life. And I feel like I come from a family, as I'm sure you come from a family, where they put family above everything else. Like you can do no wrong. Like I have some family members who, have done some horrible, horrible things. And my family continues to forgive them and continues to let them in and continues to, you know what I mean? And that's how we were raised. We're island babies. You know what I mean? That's how you're raised when you're from the third world, because you have to stay strong to your family because of how dangerous the world is, right? But I say that to say this. There are parents out there that simply giving birth and doing what you're supposed to do because you gave birth cannot just be seen as enough. And they see that as that's all I need to do and everything else doesn't matter. I don't need to support your dreams, or I don't need to support all the other things that you want to do because I'm too busy paying the bills, putting food on your table, putting clothes on your back, doing all of these other things for you. There's more to parenting than just that. You have to understand, when you give birth to a child, it's never that child's choice to be born. They never made the choice to be born. Thank you for having that child and not getting the abortion. But once again, all decisions that are made are yours. And as a parent, your bare responsibilities as a parent is to put food on the table and clothes on the back. That's your bare minimum responsibilities. Now you have a child who's going out there and sacrificing their life, their livelihood, not knowing what they want to do. And yes, they do have a home, but that's what you're supposed to provide for somebody as a child. That's what you're supposed to do as a parent. You're providing that, yes, but they're going out and doing what they have to do and sacrificing parts of their lives to go and build something that you never had faith in. You never believed in it. You never wanted to do it. And now Quentin Tarantino has made it in his career. He's made it finally. And now here you come talking about, oh, buy me a house. Oh, get me a car. Oh, when are we going to the Oscars? What?
So just to be clear, in that interaction that Quentin Tarantino had, I haven't seen the full interaction, but I don't recall him saying that his mom actually asked for those things. He was just saying that she never got those things. So
Right.
most people like me,
Right.
I'm assuming you come up, mom doesn't have to ask. Sister doesn't have to ask. You're just getting it. So Quentin, from this, it just sounds like he just never offered. Nobody's
Well,
saying
he did say that he did say that he helped her with her IRS problem. Did he
yeah, to
not?
keep her out of jail. But I'm talking about
Okay,
the other perks of
what
being.
what I'm trying to say is, if she came to him with the IRS problem, which he obviously helped because that was a dire situation, that was like either go to jail or not. You have to assume that she's probably come to him before for other things.
We don't have to
No?
assume. We don't have to assume.
So the IRS, you can just assume that the IRS thing was the only thing that she's ever asked him for involving
what
money,
I'm
knowing
what
that her
I'm
son
what
has
I'm
money.
what I'm saying is clearly this relationship between them when it comes to this one thing, him being in this industry from he was 12
Right.
is a sore spot. Clearly it is, because at 12 he made a solemn vow to never do anything nice for her. So clearly it's a sore spot. So now
Right.
Quentin Tino he's famous. He directs his first movie. He's famous. He's good. Mom's like, oh shit, I fucked up. But in between 12 and that time, a lot of this going on. A lot of it guaranteed. So, oh shit, I fucked up. Reservoir Dogs is a success. But all this, you think mom is being like, I know it's been no, mom ain't saying anything. They've been butting heads for years. I don't see mom going to him and asking him for shit. The IRS thing, I'm sure that may have been the one. I ain't trying to go to jail. I'll swallow my pride. Can you help me? But I don't see his, like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. If I'm shitting on you for years and years and years and years and you finally pop off, I'm not going to go to you with my tail in between my legs and be like, hey, can you please let me? I'm not doing that.
Right. Well,
so
listen,
I don't see it.
Listen, just to get a little deeper, like me and my mom, we don't have the best relationship, right? This is, and I can understand where Quentin Tarantino is coming from when he says certain things in this thing. I think that's why I'm able to relate to it more. Like I said, come from a family where family is above everything, but I grew up with a different mindset. You know it. A lot of people hearing me talk know that I definitely think different about a lot of things. And it's basically the way I was brought up, the environment that I grew up in and the people that I had around me. And it came to a point where I realized that, yes, you should forgive people. Absolutely. But you should never just accept people just because they, I don't know. It's just, for me, I can't just say just because somebody gave birth to me and they were never there to ever support anything that I did. Never there to support anything I did. Never told me to stop, told me not to do it, whatever. Never wanted to hear about it. Never came to see anything that I did. And now I make it in that career. It's hard for me to say now I'm going to support you when you didn't support me. I will stick to what I said earlier. As far as parenting is concerned, the bare minimum as a parent is to feed your child, put clothes on their back, and support them while they're going through school. Now, I paid my way through university, so I can't say that my mom supported me all the way throughout my school and did everything. Did she put food in my belly? Absolutely. Did I have a roof and a bed to sleep in? Absolutely. But when it came to everything else, the late night hours that I'm pulling, all of this that I'm doing, the going to school and then going to auditions after and then going here after, I had to find my own way. I had to be my own support system. I had to be my own biggest fan. And you hear in a lot of these success stories, these guys thank their mom and thank their dad or thank their mentor or thank somebody. They had somebody in their story that really believed in them and pushed them and helped to support them. When you don't have that and you make it, it's a different mentality. You have to understand, it's just a different mentality. If I had no support and I make it now, why am I going to feel obligated to support anybody? Why? Because they gave birth to me and that's it? Nah, bro. For me, it doesn't work like that. And I've had many fights with my family over this and me and my mom's relationship. And their only comeback is that's your mom. You should forgive her. That's your mom. And for me, And for Quentin, that's not enough.
Well, that's your relationship with your mom, and obviously it's layered. But the reason why the only comeback that they have, and really it's the only comeback that they need, is
Right.
that's your mom, is because it literally says in the Bible, honor thy mother and thy father. So when your mom or your dad is a piece of shit to you for your entire life, it is sometimes your job, the child's job, to try to develop that relationship and to get over that hump, right? So that's why when you say that's the only thing they keep saying to you, that's kind of all they need to say. That's it. But viewing public, again, I do think this is some white boy shit, Quentin Tarantino.
No, you really got to stop saying that. I just gave you a story that disproves that. You got to stop saying
I think so. But viewing public, what are your
that.
thoughts here? Don't forget to leave it in the comments, like and subscribe. Also, let us know your favorite Quentin Tarantino movie. Mine's would be a toss up between Jackie Brown and Pulp Fiction. He's got a lot of them, a lot of greats, but it would have to be between one of those. Do you have a fave?
I mean, if you don't say Kill Bill, I mean, I know it was only a one scene or a few scenes that he directed in one of the movies, but still, it was good.
Yeah, Kill Bill's awesome, but just
Yeah.
Jackie Brown, man. Come on. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget Pam Grier.
Well, okay, first of all,
Pam Grier.
don't ever ask my opinion if you're gonna go and give me my opinion after.
Well, I mean, if your opinion's
I
bad.
gave you asked me, I gave you an answer like, no Jackie Brown? No, nigga. Kill Bill. I said it.
Yeah, but if it's bad, it's my responsibility. Okay, leave it in the comments.
I appreciate you.
And that goes for you too, viewing public. You say some bullshit. Anyways, leave it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. Deuces. Guy says Kill Bill.
Yo, thanks for watching that video, making it all the way to the end. You made it this far, you have to like. Please subscribe and comment on the video as well. Join the conversation.
Absolutely. We finally hit our goal of 500 subscribers. Yes, we are trying to get to 1,000. And we can only do that with your help. You can start by watching that next video. You see that tiny little icon? Click on that icon, rinse and repeat. Deuces.
Deuce.